Okay, then who is ready for a countdown?
Yes.
I am.
All right.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Whoops.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Game That Tune, episode 101. I am your host this evening, David Fleming. With me, as always, we got John Regan. Johnny, say hey.
Hey.
And we got John Harrington. John, say hey.
Hey, what's going on, man?
And we got Jesse Moore. Jesse, say hey.
Hey.
So thanks everybody for joining us. If this is the first time that you have joined us, this is Game That Tune. What we're going to do here, each of us has brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to play those songs, give a little trivia hint, see if we can guess what the game is based on the music. Whoever gets the most points gets to choose the theme for the next game and play a little bonus music. We got a couple fan requests in here too. I was the person who happened to win the game last week. So I got to choose the theme, and the theme that I chose was games that make you happy. So pretty broad subject. I feel like there's going to be some good music, good games, a lot of real personal stories coming, and it's something I'm interested to hear. So I think we should jump right into it. Johnny?
All right.
Game
Yeah.
1.
I lost my job.
Maybe you can have a new job as the guy who can play music. Because I just failed at that. I had that on mute. There we go.
Gusto. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, is one of our 2 fan requests for the evening. This one comes to us from the Sigma Omega frequent requester, and he didn't give me any information on why this game makes him happy. But I will tell you this for trivia: the 4 heroes and 4 villains from this game are based on seasons 2 and 3 of the TV series, while the final boss, who is also an unlockable character, comes from the movie.
Can you give me that trivia again?
Damn it, John. Shit. The 4 heroes and 4 villains of this game are based on seasons 2 and 3 of the TV series, while the final boss, who is also an unlockable character, comes from the movie.
Okay.
Work your way through it, man. That think about the era of that music, about what time you think that's this game's from. Think about something that was a TV show and a movie, and turn over your answer right now.
All right.
Don Regan says Rugrats. So close. Jesse says Double Dragon V. Sadly incorrect. David Fleming has the correct answer. It's Power Rangers: The Fighting Edition.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Yeah, dude, man. I was so glad to get this request because, we talked about Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo a long time ago, back in episode 23. Game That TV for those who want to go back through our feed and listen to one of the weirdest episodes we've done. But yeah, I hadn't played the other versions of this, but I had played the Fighting Edition, and the Fighting Edition is fucking hilarious. Have you guys played it since then or at all?
I have played it, and I know the unlockable. What gave it away was the trivia, because the unlockable boss being Ivan Ooze, who is hands down, far and away, the cheapest character in any fighting game ever made.
Oh, I love Ivan Ooze. Yeah, I barely remember what he did. I just, I watched a little long play video of this to refresh myself before the show, and it looks like he just floats around and shoots fireballs at you and shit, where everybody else, it's like a fucking, Megazord battle. Ivan Ooze is just all over the place and cheap as hell. But
yeah, if I remember correctly, even because it's not in some fighting games, when you fight the boss and they're super strong, and then once you unlock them and they're like scaled down, when you unlock Ivan Ooze, you can hover and fly. So you can just like fly all around the stage out of range of everybody and just throw your attacks at them.
Hell yeah, man. Ugh. And we're getting a word in the chat that Ivan Ooze is a better fighter than he has any right to be, and Lord Zed is the best legal character. I'm sure that's true. Lord Zed, he's kind of a badass. Like, in terms of design, like, Lord Zed's one of the most terrifying things of all time. It's too bad he's in Power Rangers, which makes him less terrifying and more, I don't know, annoying. Like,
I always remember thinking Lord Zed looked awesome, but I never quite got it. Like, was he supposed to be a skeleton on the outside of flesh, or was he supposed to have really, really impractical armor? Like,
he looked like somebody was riding like a fucking crotch rocket motorcycle and got turned inside out, and then bones turned to metal. And I mean, it's a good look, but yeah, I don't know. It's really something.
I just want to point
I never
out,
understood.
I looked up.
John,
I'm looking at the box art for this game, and this box art is badass. It's Lord Zed getting punched in the face by a Megazord. It's just so good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's the most 1995 thing ever. Fucking yeah, yeah. Lord Zed's really something. Shit, I lost my train of thought. I'm overwhelmed by the fighting edition. It's just so fucking stupid. Like all Power Rangers, fun and stupid. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Fucking, I never got Lord Zed. I got out of the Power Rangers before really his seasons came around, so I never saw his stuff. But like, two of the monsters that are in the game, I guess, could Lord Zed just like pick things up off the earth and like fucking make monsters out of them or something? Because the two like Lord Zed and Goldar monsters that are in the game are Lip Syncer, who is it looks like Psylocke from the X-Men, but her head is a giant lipstick. And apparently she's from the TV series. She was made from some lipstick. And then the other one is Silver Horns, and he's a tick. And he's like a monstrous tick. And it said, like, I was reading the wikis, and it's like Lord Zed made him from a tick. I'm like, does Lord Zed just pick up small objects on Earth and make them into monsters? Like,
I feel like that was kind of his gimmick. Like, he had his staff, and I feel like he would throw his staff and it would make them giant. But I think he did do that because I remember, I think it was
the staff throw.
I don't remember if it was Zed or if it was Rita, but one of them definitely made a monster out of a pumpkin, and the pumpkin was a rap artist for some reason.
Nice.
Let's not forget Slotsky, the slot machine monster.
Oh, was that a real thing? Because I definitely remember
Slotsky. You can buy an action figure of Slotsky as well.
I definitely remember, Power Rangers is one of the first things that ever introduced me to the idea of a pachinko machine. I had no idea what it was, and like the juice bar owner or whatever at one point bought a pachinko machine, and all the kids got hooked on playing it, and then they had to fight a pachinko monster. Like, it was really something. But yeah, I guess I'm just referring to the chat on this one because I didn't watch enough Power Rangers to get this stuff, but it was apparently standard. Like, Lord Zed would see them doing something on Earth and be like, I can make a monster out of that. Like, oh, that bitch is putting on some lipstick. I can make a lipstick monster. Like, oh, they went camping and Tommy got bit by a tick. I can make a monster out of that. Like,
Jeez, all these kids seem to like this pachinko machine. I'm thinking monster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Konami head.
Imagine if you made like a Tide Pod monster.
Oh, dude, yeah, that should happen. Is there a current like Power Rangers series airing?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh yeah, this has been running like non-stop.
I figured. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. All the kids are taking Snapchat selfies, eating Tide Pods, and Lord Zed just throws his staff down into a Tide Pod and it turns into a giant monster.
The way you're describing
Can we please get like the Snapper, who is a Snapchat filter monster?
Oh,
yes.
It beats you up through your Snapchat filters somehow. Yeah.
Oh god, I look like a weird deer and I'm burning.
Oh, I don't really have a mustache. Oh wait, I do now. Like,
why is the mustache strangling me? Oh god.
Oh man, yeah. We should write for the Modern Power Rangers. begin the cryogenic unfreezing of Bulk and Skull. We need them for this new season.
I
So, right?
I'd
Why
really
would
like
they
to
be
see.
frozen?
Because they're so old.
Yeah, I'd like
They're
to
not
see.
that old. Jeez.
I'd
They
really
were
like to see a
The
new
original
season.
guys like 30 years ago.
I'd really like to see a new season of Power Rangers with that original cast, reprising all the roles.
Oh man, yeah, and just being attacked by mundane household objects, or just mundane adult things like, oh man, it's the insurance claim form monster. Oh crap!
I was just gonna say,
Are-
oh god, they've sent a brand new monster against us, the electric bill.
John, are you describing episodes of modern day Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, or are you describing episodes of Seinfeld? Because this could easily just be Seinfeld.
I mean,
That's what we need to do. We need to make a Seinfeld tokusatsu series.
What's the deal with Power Zords? Why do they always gotta be dinosaurs? Dinosaurs are extinct.
Mighty Morphin Power Seinfeld would be
I
pretty.
would watch the fuck out of that show. Oh my god.
I would love to
And
see.
Kramer just barges in. He's already suited up.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
I'm
damn
just
it, you put-
imagining like all the Zords coming together. It's like the monsters beating them. It's like we need something, and then one Zord just comes sliding in from off frame into the monster to knock him out. Oh, sorry.
Hey Jerry.
Oh
instead of Kramer
god!
busting through the
Yeah,
door.
And
that-
Newman, he could be the Green Ranger since him and Jerry are always, hello Newman.
Hello, Dragon Zord. Oh fuck! What's the deal with Rita Repulsa? She lives on the moon, but she throws her staff onto the Earth. What's the deal?
How does
just-
it get here?
Yeah.
and yada yada yada, all the putties were gone. Yada yada yada, the battle with the putties.
course, we're
Sometimes
missing,
you
like-
yada yada yada, the battle with the putties.
At the very least, it should just be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but the Zordon face is Jerry Seinfeld. Like,
I was gonna say we're missing the most obvious connection here is after the battle, all the kids are hanging out in the juice bar and they go to get some juice to refresh themselves, and all of a sudden, like, do you see this chaos? No juice for you.
Yes.
oh god! And then he gets turned huge and killed by like the Thunder Sword. This needs to happen.
The ultimate monster they have to fight is the juice Nazi in giant form.
All right. Yep. This is
Serenity now.
this would be so good.
We've gone completely off the rails, and it's only game one.
David, you're the host. You've got to be the one to guide us going forward on this one.
I didn't know if I was doing the intro or doing the whole show. John, please, for the love of God, take us to game two.
Your call, buddy.
Game 2.
Sweet. So, this is the second game in the series that requires an external accessory to be played. So, anybody feeling good? Need extra help?
I do.
I'm
Yes.
feeling
Extra?
Yes.
Extra help, please.
Absolutely.
So this is the second game in the series that requires an external accessory. The prior game that required an accessory required the Nintendo 64 expansion pack.
Okay.
This game requires Wii Motion Plus. Good luck.
Okay.
good. Are you ready for him, or?
Yes.
Sure.
I am.
Oh, shit. Oh, Jesse says Sega Bass Fishing, which is sadly incorrect. David and John both got it somehow. I guess David the music. John somehow said Skyward Sword, and they're both correct.
I didn't realize Wii Motion Plus was an accessory.
Yeah,
I just thought that was, that's what their controllers were. Like,
And-
I was thinking like accessory, like that thing you put your Wiimote into to like use as a gun. So I was like accessories, and I was like, oh well, Link's crossbow training that's already been used. So then I was like, well, the other accessory I could think of is the thing you connected your Game Boy Advances to, so you could play Link's Four Swords.
yeah.
And so I was thinking accessories like that, not like actual controllers that they use for every single game they make.
Well, no. Before they came out with the Motion Plus, the Wii Remote, they kind of oversold it on its motion control capability. Hold on, I think I have an old Motion Plus right here.
Yeah, it had the little thing you plugged in, but then it became standard. And
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
really
But
an
even
accessory.
then, not many games used it. But like, it was a controller sleeve with an extra, fucking motion thing on the bottom, so you could actually do the full motion, like they kind of sold us on when the Wii first came out. It only took them 5 years to master it.
And they did not in Skyward Sword, by the way.
I picked this not for the hot take factor, despite knowing that Jesse does not like this game very much.
I'll be quiet.
Wait, before we get
This
into
game made
Skyward
me
Sword,
really happy.
before we get into
What,
that,
John?
Before we get into that, I just want to talk about. I would play so much more Sega Bass Fishing if that was the music that was playing while you're fishing. That would be great.
Or just really contemplative, like piano and harp music as your Sega Bass Fishing. Like, that'd be pretty good, man. I've never played Sega Bass Fishing, but I have to assume that it's, I don't know, probably just Samba de Amigo with a fishing controller. John can correct us on that later. But yeah, man, Skyward Sword made me really happy. I fucking love that game. David, how do you feel about Skyward Sword these days? Or actually, no, not these days. Back in the day.
I've really enjoyed Skyward Sword. I have kind of mixed opinions on it, but like when this game is good, it's really damn good. And when this game's not good, it's pretty not good. But I mean, when this game's like going, this game's amazing.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. I feel like initially there was some kind of issue with that motion control. I was reading about it, and like they said they were close to scrapping the Motion Plus controls altogether. And I think that still shows in a couple of moments in the game. Like that first boss fight against Girahim, like I never got that right. It was just by luck and like whatever, but everything after that it clicked. Like I don't know what it was, like if that was just held over from the demo version, but they thought like, oh, you've got to feint like you're going this way but then strike him this way, and it took like fucking forever and it didn't work. But everything after that was just fucking great. As far as I remember, I haven't revisited Skyward Sword in several years. But
I remember having a real hard time with that fight, and it was the mini boss in the fucking robot pirate. I forgot about him.
I was
fuck the robot pirate.
It's just constant forward jabbing strikes against a robot pirate. Like a little frustrating.
See, it sounded like on paper that's the most amazing thing. Like, hey, you're playing a Zelda game and you're gonna fight a robot pirate. Fucking yes. And then you actually get to it's like, this sucks.
Exactly. You're fighting him in a narrow hallway and you have to push him backwards in the hallway. What were you trying to think of?
I think it was the ancient cistern mini boss where it was like the skeletal guy with like the 4 swords who all of a sudden would like block it, and you had to slice in like a particular direction. For some reason, I could never quite get that right. Like I would go to swing up and left and it would indicate like down right. Like, no, I'm moving to position myself. I'm not trying to slash that way.
One of the keys that I discovered to playing this game was holding the sword right in the middle, so it's always pointing forward. And then it's like, okay, that guy moves to make like a box that you have to slash a certain direction, and you just move that way. But I don't know, man. The game, I think it's gorgeous. I like the graphics. I like the settings. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't more of a connected like world, because you're flying from Skyloft to all these different like beacons and dropping in there. But I thought the dungeons and the settings were really cool. I like the story beats between Link and Zelda, how it was kind of a romance, I guess. And, Link had a rival, like a better rival than I feel like in most games. Groose, that's my dude.
It's pretty awesome.
And it seems like they're going to make Groose the villain, because he just looks like a high school jock version of Ganondorf. And then he's not. He turns out that he's, pretty much on your side and helps you out in a pinch. I thought the dungeons were really cool, and I thought it had good puzzles. I mean, like the Earth Temple with the lava and the Fire Sanctuary. It was a little odd that it was like, okay, go to these 3 places and then revisit them again. But like once they add in like the time stones and stuff, I thought it was pretty cool. Like that sand ship, how you have to like strike the time stone and it reveals that the desert was actually an ocean, and like you're moving through it in like this weird time travel-y way. There's some cool shit going on. And the game just it did it for me at the time. I don't know if I can go back and play this again now though, because I think Breath of the Wild's ruined previous Zelda games for me like completely. Like, man, it would be frustrating to walk into one like area in this game and be like, I want to climb that wall, I want to go see what's over there, and you can't. Okay, well, I'm done with this. Going back to destroyed Hyrule, where I could go anywhere and ride my fucking sick ass motorcycle. Peace out, y'all. But yeah, I thought it was cool. Trying to remember the other stuff that was great. I think it's got one of the, I don't know, final boss fights in the Zelda series are kind of it's kind of tough to say, but I really fucking loved the final boss fight in this game. I thought it was awesome. And
which part?
The final part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because the build up to the final boss was amazing and incredible. And I remember when Hyrule Warriors was first announced, it's like, yeah, it's going to be you versus like this giant horde of enemies. Like, oh, it's like the end of Skyward Sword, because you're just like running down that spiral, fighting everything that's coming your way. It's like, it's a whole game of that. I can get behind that. Sure.
Yeah, that shit was cool. Yeah, it was like the Hyrule Warriors precursor. But the final boss fight was dope. And I went through it without even knowing that like you're supposed to do the motion plus move where you hold your sword straight up and like, get the energy and then do like a big strike on it with like lightning and shit. I just beat it like, fucking big long ass sword fight, and it was cool. And I not that I give a fuck really about the Zelda timeline, but I like that it's supposed to be like the first game in the series, but they also give you like a crazy fuck you by having like robots and like advanced technology that was never present in the rest of the series. Like, it was almost like, okay, yeah, we're gonna put out this Hyrule Historia book, and we're gonna try and fucking cobble together a timeline for you guys, but we're also gonna throw in elements to this game that make no fucking sense in the the scope of the rest of the series. Like, okay, cool. Like,
I like to imagine there was just a board meeting where it's like, no, this is the definitive game. This is what starts off the reincarnation. This is what starts off Hyrule. This is the beginning. Sir, what about that section with the robots? Fuck it. I've already said it. This is the beginning. There's robots in the past. Deal with it.
Aonuma's just at the desk, like sketching a robot. It's like, what'd you say? Oh, okay. Should we scrap the robots? Fuck no, we shouldn't scrap the robots. Look at those things. Like,
spent 6 hours on this. They're in the damn game.
Yeah, exactly. Who else would run a mining facility if not ancient robots? What the fuck? I think that's interview quote with Aonuma. He talks like that. What the fuck, man?
We'll talk to Shiggy. We'll get that cleared up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I for to Aonuma, Shiggy was he's a more behind the scenes guy. Aonuma was the out front bro, saying let's put some fucking robots in the series. Huh? I don't give a fuck about timelines. Fuck these fans. And actually it was pretty dope because it was the 25th anniversary celebration of the series. It came with a fucking CD of orchestral music and shit. And, I thought it was a really good package. And it probably doesn't hold up under going back and playing it now, but like man, at the time, I really, really liked it. You know, for all its flaws, I thought it was still a really fun game. Not like the perfect 10 that everybody, fucking gives to Zelda games automatically, but like, it's a really fun game when you actually get into the meat of it. Like, so made me happy. Boom, that's the theme. Like,
It sure is.
yeah.
Game
Don't I look happy? Do
3.
you hear me smiling?
All right, so this game was it actually began as another game that they sold in Japan on the Satellite View or the Satellaview add-on. And so the other game that this was supposed to be, it had some package, it had information on some Super Nintendo packaging. Like, you know, if you bought a Super Nintendo, they'd be like, "Hey, this game's coming out." Of course, it didn't because it became another game. But this is what it said about that game: blast the ball off the tee to clink and clank as it bounces off wacky obstacles on a sky-high, high-tech golf course of the future. The Super NES accurately plots the path of your shots for the most realistic and fun feel in a golf game yet. Go for it, guys.
How is Johnny struggling so hard on this one? I'm like watching
Yeah,
him.
right?
Yeah. Like, there's visible anime sweat lines coming off of John's forehead right now. Like, how you doing, Haas?
As soon as that song plays, like, wait a minute, I recognize this. If I recognize this,
I know the series. All right.
All right, let's see what's going on, guys. We got Johnny with Kirby's Dream Course, David Kirby's Dream Course, and John Kirby's Dream Course. That's a hole-in-one hat trick.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. So, any of you guys played this game?
I have not
you're gonna be-
but I want to.
I've got the SNES Classic, and I still haven't even bothered like scrolling over to it and playing it. Like, how can it possibly be my cup of tea?
So, like, first off, I just got to say that you said that there was a theme for this week was games that make you happy. We've done 100 episodes. Like, I'm sure at least 80 of the games I've picked have made me happy. So it's really hard to find games that make you happy. That just So, anyways, besides that, I recently got a Super Nintendo NES Mini. That's so cool. Those things are really neat. If you can find one, get one. They're way more prevalent now. So that's cool. That's my lock of the week. And
don't talk to Raspberry Pi right now, John. I swear to God.
Yeah, because I'm using legit Nintendo hardware to play legit Nintendo games, not some pirate bullshit. A yard. Walk the plank and whatever. What?
Johnny's so confused.
Anyway, I love you, Johnny.
Nip it in
But
the bud.
so I've been playing a lot of Secret of Mana, and that game makes me really happy. But we've used that on the show, so I would pick the game I've been playing the second most. If I'm not playing Secret of Mana, I've been playing the fuck out of this Kirby game that I've never even heard of. I was like, "What is this?" And like the picture on the box doesn't tell you it's a golf game, so you play it, and it's essentially putt-putt, but you're Kirby, and I mean, first of all, it's Kirby. Kirby makes you happy if you have a soul. So, like, as soon as you see Kirby, you're happy. So that wins the theme. And so you're playing.
Tell me to draw Kirby.
Yeah, you draw a circle, and then.
That's all that anybody really remembers.
I think it's like add 2 eyes and a smile, maybe.
Yeah.
First
Yeah,
draw a
something like
circle.
that. First to draw a circle. That's when I press start.
Yeah. But it's cool. Like, you can get powers and stuff. It looks like, really, though, like the 2-player mode looks amazing. Because I was watching some videos of some people playing 2-player, and you can really dick each other over and stuff. It looks like just a perfect trash talking, like drinking beers and playing 2-player game. Like, really, like I'm serious. The Kirby's Dream Course is the new party game. But
Nothing's better than like when you really start trash talking and you're playing something as adorable as a Kirby game.
exactly. And like the music is good, but like you get powers, so like you can get like a jumping power. So like you have to go over and not land in water, so you can jump over the water and then get kill your enemies and stuff. And the thing is whenever if you I guess make a putt or whatever you call move Kirby, and you don't hit an enemy or get in the hole, you lose a fruit. You have 4 fruits, so you can actually lose lives in this game. And like in most golf games, if you just keep fucking up, you just get a really shitty score. No, in this game, it's you die and it's game over. Also, if you go out of bounds, you die. So it is brutal.
Jeez.
Like it is definitely a game that you'll be playing over and over again until you beat the levels. And but when you do, they feel really good because like you figure out the course and stuff. And I don't know, it's a very delightful game. It's like very chill. Sit back if you want to play a golf game but not golf. If you want to play a Kirby game but not Kirby, this is a game for you.
Not really a golf game. It's not really a Kirby game. But man, can it? To answer your question, I don't know what this game is.
You said that there were power-ups, but do you get like classic power-ups from the Kirby series, or is it just like things that match a golf game?
Fighter balls, sleep balls, hammer balls.
Like, okay, so one of them, like the Waddle Dee, he gives you umbrella, and so the umbrella is really good for like say you have to go off a cliff, and your momentum is going to make you like go really far. If you as soon as you go off the cliff and hit the umbrella, you'll fall straight down like like an umbrella would make you fall. So you can pinpoint your shot like that. So that's cool. Like the super jump makes you, obviously jump higher. There's the little tire that spins out that'll, shoot you across. There's all sorts of like
Nice.
dips and stuff in the different courses, and you can like curve your shot. There's like the tornado. I think you can get the UFO power and like move Kirby like how you want him to go directly with the UFO.
That's
Like
cool. That'd be cool if the UFO just like hovered over any dips and it just made it like an easy straight shot.
yeah, that'd be cool. There's like little parts in the course that spin. So like if you go over them, you'll like move a little bit and it can fuck up your shot. There's sand, of course, water hazards. You can change it from like night and day with like the sun and moon dudes. I forget exactly what that does, but like if you're playing 2-player, whenever you kill an enemy, you get a star, and once you kill all the enemies on the map, then the hole forms. So you want to collect as many stars, but you can steal your other players' stars. So you can steal their stars and then get the hole and then get all the points and fuck them over and stuff. So it's great.
Sounds
Awesome.
super involved for a mini golf game.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
But it sounds awesome though.
with all that being said, can you reread that thing you said about this being the most realistic golf experience that like people could possibly have? Because that sounds like a bold-faced lie. Like,
Well, it was
to be
supposed to
fair,
be
this was
called-
also like 92 or 93. Like golf games were not that advanced at this point.
but
Well,
I
it was
mean,
supposed to be called
this is
Specialty Shot.
Go. What? Say again.
It was supposed to be called Specialty Shot, and it says blast the ball off the tee to clink and clank as it bounces off of wacky obstacles in a sky-high, high-tech golf course of the future. So, like in this little picture, there's like weird like pyramids, and like the enemies are like these little robot things.